the first step to change is awareness. You have to be aware that you have a fucking problem in order to fix it. And many guys, unfortunately, aren't aware of the problem that they have, or are aware of it, but are afraid to address it. A great analogy I could give you is an engine management light comes up on your car, and you're aware of it, but you're afraid that there may be a deeper underlying issue. So you just pray that the engine management light will disappear by itself. Now, the reason that's a bad idea is because you might be making an otherwise small problem a whole lot worse. And it may lead to total engine failure. It could be a silly little light, an error that came up that will sort itself out. But it could also be a genuine issue that you are choosing to ignore. Look, a great quote I was once told is, where you are in life right now is a result of the decisions or lack of decisions that you've made in the past. Right now, you might be ignoring something that you should be addressing, and that is causing you grief and stress. When we hold on to problems, we stress ourselves out. You might have a piece of shit car that's been causing you problems again and again and again for months on end. Do you know what you need to do? Get rid of the fucking car. I had a piece of shit Jag a few months ago that was causing me so many electrical issues. I decided to cut my losses and get rid of the damn thing. Now, I love Jaguar. Maybe not the new, reformed, woke Jaguar, but as a brand, I've owned 5 Jags, right? But the point is this. The longer I held on to that car, the more grief it caused me. I had to get fucking courtesy cars. Sometimes the garage wouldn't have one. I'd have to freaking jump into Ubers, and that was stacking up. So look, there comes a point where you have to let go of the problem to prevent it from causing you more grief. You know, you might be in a very distressing relationship right now with someone who just doesn't respect you. You need to get out of that relationship. There comes a point where the damage was done. Maybe you were too needy, too desperate, and now you can't really undo that damage. You just have to walk away. If the disrespect is high, you got to walk away. You know, you got to learn from your mistakes. Of course you do. But don't hold on to something because of how long you've invested into it. That's a common flaw that I see a lot of guys making. But Ali, I've invested so much time into this relationship, so much money. That doesn't mean you should hold on to it even more. You know, I'm a trader. I trade foreign exchange. Risk management is one of the most important lessons in trading. Don't hold on to a trade in the hopes that it will turn around because of how long you've held it for. What will happen oftentimes if you don't have a stop loss, the loss will just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you'll get a fucking margin call, and the broker will take you out of that trade anyway, so at a loss. As we say in trading, don't ever marry the trade. You know, which means you must be willing to cut the trade off if it's just not going your way. That's why we have stop losses in trading, right? But you should have a stop loss in many other areas in life. In your relationship, right? In your friendships with people as well. Someone gets out of line, disrespectful. You've told them, hey, fix up, and they do it again. Cut them off. There's no, oh, bro, I was just joking, bro. I was just joking. Some of you guys need to develop a backbone. Don't be too nice. Don't be Mr. Benefit of the doubt. Yeah, you know what? I'll give this guy the benefit of the doubt. You know, maybe he didn't mean it. No, he fucking did mean it. You know, some people, when they know that you won't walk away, their disrespect will just magnify and magnify. And I've seen it happen with some of my friends in their relationships. You know, they don't check their woman respectfully. And so she thinks, oh, well, I can walk all over this piece of shit and he won't do anything. And the disrespect just gets worse and worse. And she ends up leaving anyways, or cheating on him, right? So look, you got to develop a fucking backbone. Do not allow people to walk all over you. So you have to be aware of the problems in your life right now. Sit down, for goodness sakes. See, we don't do this because we live such a distracted life where we're on our phones, we're just doom scrolling all day, and we're feeding into or we're immersing ourselves into other people's lives when we're on our phones. Right? We're into the gossip, into the drama, but when it comes to our own lives, we don't look in the fucking mirror and think, you know what, I have a problem. I genuinely have an issue. My social life is not fulfilling. I have crap friends, or, I'm in a relationship with a woman that doesn't respect me. I'm underpaid at work. I'm underappreciated at work. You've got to draw a line in the sand and you've got to say, enough is enough. I cannot live this way anymore. And you can. You can change things, gentlemen. As the wise Jim Rohn once said, you are not a tree, you can move. You're not permanently cursed. You can decide, no, I don't want to live like this anymore. But you must decide that you don't want to live like this anymore. When you decide, something dies. Your excuses go out the window. Now you can't hold on to an excuse in case it doesn't work out. No, now you're going to go all the way in. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You're going to change your life around. You're going to turn it around by being intentional and deliberate. If it doesn't serve you, it's got to go. If the job is shit and you've spoken to management about a potential pay rise or a different position, it doesn't come up, you got to leave. Leave. Even if you take a temporary hit on your finances by doing a lesser job, and I put lesser in quotes because I don't see any job as, bad, because you're taking care of yourself. As long as what you're doing is moral, legal, and ethical, then you should be proud of yourself because you're taking care of yourself. There's a lot of guys out there with pride. They don't want to work certain jobs because they see them as, subpar or, low skill. And look, sometimes you got to do those things. You got to humble yourself and you got to say, you know what? I'm going to leave this fancy office job because I'm not respected and the management underappreciate me. And I'm going to do something that may look to other people as, a lower job or whatever, or a low skill job. But you know what? I'm going to do that because at least no one tells me or no one mistreats me or, takes advantage of me. And oftentimes those jobs are the most stress-free jobs because you're just left alone to do your job. You're not harassed by, you're not micromanaged, right? Truck drivers are a great example. They get paid a lot of money. No one tells them, you're driving too slow or you're doing this. No one micromanages. They don't have someone fucking there in their ear like you do in a lot of corporate jobs, right? So look, you have the ability to decide enough's enough. I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to get off my fucking ass. I want to turn things around. You are the CEO. That's how you got to see yourself, gentlemen. You are the CEO of your own bloody life. You make the executive decisions. You decide. It's up to you. It's not up to your mom. It's not up to your cousin. It's not up to your mate or your girlfriend. It's up to you. You know what? I'm done with this. Why am I in a relationship with this woman? It makes me stressed thinking of coming back to her. She doesn't want to communicate with me properly. She insults me every day. Why am I with her? I'm done. It's painful, but you break up with her. And you learn from that experience. And you keep things moving. And there will be a woman in the future that will treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, with respect. But if you hold on to that negative encounter with that woman because you're afraid of never finding another woman, then you're an idiot. And you have a scarcity mindset, which you need to eliminate. The scarcity mindset will infect you, gentlemen. It's a disease. The scarcity mindset is a disease. It spreads and it makes you fearful of taking risks. It makes you hold on to something that's not conducive to your long-term growth because you're terrified of never finding something else. You must be willing to confront failure head on. You must tell yourself, look, if this doesn't work out, at least I can feel proud of the fact that I took the chance. I took the risk, because most guys never take the risk. They live a safe life. There's a saying, most people die at 25, but are only buried at 75, because at 25, they gave up. Something in there turned off. They gave up. Instead of pursuing that business, they now just have a regular job in the city because they're afraid of going for it. They think their dreams are now unrealistic. Maybe someone talked them out of it, an uncle, a friend, a co-worker. Oh no, these things don't work. I know someone who lost money and, there's too much competition, it's saturated, whatever. So they just give up. All right. They just stick to their regular, safe job. They get that monthly salary, here you go. And there's nothing wrong with the job. But the issue is they gave up on their dream. The dream that they had inside. That little kid that once dreamt big. They let that kid down. Because someone talked them out of it. You cannot be like this, gentlemen. I promise you, it's so much more fulfilling to go after it, even if it doesn't work out. The fact that you are pursuing your dreams makes you feel this sense of fulfillment. It makes you feel, it makes you respect yourself. It really does. Because you're like, at least I'm fucking doing it. There's a lot of people out there that have talked about it, but have never done it. You probably know a family friend, an uncle or something, someone who always talks about what they could have done when they were young. Could have, should have, would have, but they never did. So the very fact that you're pursuing your dreams, that sets you apart. And you feel great. And even if you make a bit of money, then lose it, it gives you a taste of what's possible. And you learn from it and you take it as feedback. Okay, this doesn't work. Let me try this instead. You're process orientated. And that's the most important thing. You're not focused on the end result. And this is why I don't really like this whole meme coin world right now, where people don't want to really pursue a career. They just want to get lucky. These people will feel an incredible void if they hit it big. And I say if because, let's face it, for every person that makes £1 million or whatever for meme coins, there's at least 100 fuckers who have lost everything, right? So you can't just count on it. I do believe in cryptocurrency, and I'll make a separate video on that. But you cannot see it as a lottery way out, as your only way out. You can't see it that way. You need to develop a career for yourself. Be competent at something, world class, world renowned at something. That is far more fulfilling in the long run. Because even if you make 100K, $1 million from a meme coin, now what? Now you've just got money. Yeah, you can buy a big house. Then what? What are you going to pursue as a career? If you don't pursue something, you'll feel an incredible void. You'll feel lonely. Yeah, you'll have a bigger house, but you'll feel lonely. We need purpose, right? So, look, gentlemen, if you have something that you need to address it immediately. Write it down on a piece of paper. I'm not telling you to write an essay or a book, but just write down, my finances are fucked. I'm in a relationship with a girl that doesn't respect me. Whatever it is, write it down. And then take decisive action quickly. Attack the problem quickly. If you have a disrespectful girlfriend, please don't take this as me telling you to attack someone. No. What I mean is address the problem. If it's someone that's not treating you well, and it's happened for the first time, well, tell them, this won't work with me. You being disrespectful like this will not work. Either we address this as adults, respectfully, or this cannot continue anymore. You have to have the balls, gentlemen, right? You have to have those difficult conversations. Same with your manager at work who's disrespecting you. Don't think, if I speak, she might fire me, or he might fire me. Listen, if you get fired, you get fired. But what you don't want is to look at yourself in the mirror and feel like you're a pathetic loser who's terrified, who walks around with his head down because he's afraid of making eye contact. He's afraid of being told off. No, man. You want to be able to respect yourself. And the only way you can respect yourself is to address your fucking problems head on. And to not cower away and ignore them in the hopes that they will go away, because they won't. The problems will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. They will not go away. I am speaking to you from experience. Address the problem immediately. You are the CEO. CEOs don't sit around for months and months and months ignoring a problem. No, if there's a problem, they attack it immediately. Right. This guy's fired, for example. Let's bring in this talent right here. Let's shake up the company. They do things. They make decisions. That's why they're paid the big bucks. You need to make decisions right now. Otherwise, nothing will fucking change. And 2025 will look exactly the same as 2024, 3, 2, 1. Nothing will change unless you change. So address the problem, but you must first be aware of the problem. So write it down after this video. If you want to book a coaching call with me, do so by clicking on the link down below. If you have something that you want to speak to me about privately, all the details are down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.